In this video, we will introduce you to the Utrecht Orpheus Jacob van Eyck. How blind carillonneur and recorder virtuoso from the Dutch Republic amazed leading scientists of his time like René Descartes, Marie Mersenne and Isaac Beckman. How he contributed to the fame of the carillon bell founder Harmony brothers. Jacob van Eyck was born in a noble family and was a distant cousin of Constantine Huygens, the famous poet, composer, secretary of two stadtholders. He was blind from birth, so making music on poorly tuned bells must have been an utter torment for him. Hence, he strove to improve the tuning of bells and became an active advisor in the design of carillons and later the director of all the carillons in Utrecht. He became the carillon player of the Dome Tower of Utrecht in 1625. Van Eyck had to climb a lot of stairs to reach the carillon, and unfortunately he couldn't even see the beautiful view of the city. Apart from that, Van Eyck was a famous recorder player, and he earned an extra salary by playing his recorder in Jans Kerkhof in the evenings.
But imagine this place on a lovely, warm Sunday evening. And imagine you hear the sounds of tunes, from the radio or something. That is exactly what Eyck used to do. He used to play tunes people knew from books, songbooks, or from church. And he used to make beautiful variations of that. And he all did it around the Jans Kerkhof.
His most famous recorder composition is called the Flaute Lusthof, the Flute's Garden of Delight. It is the largest solo collection for one single instrument ever printed. Van Eyck's output consists mainly of sets of variations on tunes that were popular during the Dutch Golden Age. In 1638, Descartes, while living in Utrecht that year, wrote to the French music theorist Marie Mersenne, "In Utrecht lives a blind man with a great musical reputation, who regularly plays bells. I have seen how he elicits 5 or 6 different sounds on each of the largest bells, without touching them, but only by coming close to their sound rim with his mouth." But while the scientists sought for a physical explanation of this mysterious phenomenon, Van Eyck put it into practice. He came to the conclusion, first time in history, that by altering the bell's profile, its tunes could be controlled. Only a broad-shouldered bell could be correctly tuned after it was cast. That was a work done by the famous carillon bell founder, Harmony brothers, François and Pierre Harmony. They were and are called the Stradivari of the carillon, and not without reason. Of French origin, they were the most famous carillon bell builders of the Low Countries. The carillons made by the Harmonies would obviously add to the prestige of the newborn nation. We can see from all this how scientists, theorists, artists, craftsmen from all over Europe, hand in hand, enriched the pride of the Dutch Republic.